Man, I gotta I gotta call O'Reilly's out on this bullshit. I bought the high brand. I mean the good quality Murray brand. Mind you, O'Reilly's supposed to be changing and going not from only from Murray water pumps, but they're also going to get rid of Gates and go to Murray belts. Man, I've done plenty of these water pumps. Not a big deal having to go back over it. I don't want to. I don't want to go back over it. I the old water pump. Let me just get it. The old water pump was leaking. You know, this is old. I put a motor in here years ago. Was leaking. No big deal. Put a water pump on it. O-ring smash. No big deal. Put a Murray brand water pump on here. Brand new out the box. And the damn thing is leaking at the housing. There's all my coolant down there. I had to go leave. I put the fresh red colored Dex coolant in there. I had to go leave and get a plug. You know, plugs break at the coolant temperature sensor. I'm gonna have to replace this. No big deal. But man, brand new out the box. I'm gonna clean that off. I'm gonna clean that off again. Put more air pressure to it and see exactly where it's coming from. Cause this don't make any damn sense. I'm like so over it with the rise, and I'm hoping maybe if it is leaking right there between these two housings, because that's where it's sandwiched at right there. Maybe it's just leaking right there. I probably could just maybe tighten that bolt up, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Let me blow it off and then try to add some more air pressure and see what happens. Man, I'm beyond pissed. I can't even like laugh this off because this is this shouldn't happen. You know, this is not the first. I expect this with electrical parts, but nothing mechanical like a water pump. I would have been better off buying the 1 year house brand Master Pro and likely not having this issue in hindsight. I'm at a loss of words. I mean, I don't. The one thing I could do, separate the housing in the back, get a new gasket. I mean, because now I have to take the whole water pump back off. It's fucking ridiculous, man. It just ridiculous. Thanks, O'Reilly's. All right, I got the water pump off. I literally got it off in like 25 minutes, so it just didn't take long. Like I say, you done them once, done them all. What I want to do, I want to just pull the cover off and see what it looks like, because I'm just real curious at what specifically happened. I mean, I'm reluctant about doing it because I don't want to void the warranty on it. So, but I did try to tighten it up anyway. So there's gonna be some witness marks. I put some marks here where it was leaking specifically, so we'll know where to check at the gasket. Put these right back in the same spot. I mean, they're all tight. They're all tight too. I expect to see a rupture or a rip or some. There's got to be something manufacturer related that's causing this issue. That's just crazy, man. I'll tell you what. So here we are. gotta be machining. That surface look good. So I put the marks at. Oh yeah. This gasket looked like it was, unless it was probably put in upside down or something. Probably not upside. Yeah, look at that. You can see this. It's wavy right here. Just feel like I don't know, based on how this has looked. A little notch right there. That's supposed to sit inside the recess. The walls is supposed to support it. This flat spot definitely right here. This is definitely a flat spot. I can feel that nipple creating some sort of protrusion right here. Just a bad gasket. There's a high spot there. There's a low spot here. High spot here. And then like this right here. It's not supposed to sit out like that. I mean, I'd imagine all the black gasket portion should be like this. This shouldn't be sitting up here like this. It was just bad manufacturing. I'm pretty sure, you know, if I put a new gasket on here, it'll work. I'm obviously not doing that. I don't even know if I can do it. I just want to sell a separate gasket for it. We'll take it back. Get another one. I just got back from the parts store. Got a brand new one, which don't mean anything. It's just a shiny new part. So I already threw the gasket on there already. This wasn't tampered with. I was just sitting there off at the parts store and threw the gasket on. So hopefully this doesn't have the same issue. I mean, what are the odds of 2 water pumps failing? You know, one I do notice the impeller is silver colored on this one like the other one. Let me grab the other one. Yeah, here's the other one here. This one feels plastic like. The new one is metal. This one's plastic. I mean, are they the same? They got different stamps on here. Maybe one's an inferior part. I mean, they don't have the same stamp unless they're remanufactured or something. Let me grab the factory one. I want to say, is this a GM? I thought I put a water pump on here when I put this motor in here, but I probably did not. I don't see any GM stamp or anything on here, so, or like an AC Delco. So I guess I didn't, but you can tell like the impeller definitely is more robust as a cast. All of them got different ones. One was plastic. This one looks like a cast, and the other one is like steel. I'd be pretty embarrassed if I put the old one that was leaking back on. They all look different. I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm not going to question it too much because I did question it a little bit. I'm just going to throw this one back on, call it a day. So let me show you partly what it looks like. You got the special tool that sits in there. Got plenty of access. The 2 bolts that are poking out here and there are the 13 millimeters. Pull out. You got behind this access plate 3 10 millimeter bolts. These are the discolored ones there. And I simply just pulled those 3 bolts off for the housing. got that off. Just gotta be careful not to mess up that coolant temperature sensor. And that's it. I hate that I had to go through this again. I mean, it's like 7 o'clock at night, starting to get dark early now. But I mean, this was just time just wasted. I hate to complain about this, but I just could have definitely been doing something else with my life. It's not the money, it's the convenience. I just want to fix it, be right, and go on about my life. Oh, mind you, this engine wound up having 2 heart transplants. So I had put 2 motors in this car. I want to say, I think it was this one. Maybe it was another one. I think, no. This was the engine that the girl neglected really bad and it lasted forever because they had 220 something thousand miles at the time. This only had 1 engine replacement because the head gasket wound up blowing. That's exactly what this was. And I put like a 80,000 mile motor in here. So, all right, let me get back and we'll pressure test it. Call it a day. So what I'll do, get the water pump in there, just get the bolts started, and just leave about a centimeter of room so I can rotate the impeller and get it lined up with the bolt holes in the for the gear. Where's it at? Here we go. So stay in its spot there. These 13 millimeter bolts in the back. I'm getting the front ones now lined up. So I got the front. Let me see here. I got the front partially pulled through, and then I got the one here by the motor mount. I got that one. All right, awesome. I'm just gonna run these in the back. And well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna run the ones in the front in first, because if I don't run those in first, it'll create some problems when I go to draw them in after putting the back ones in. So let me put those in. Give me an idea of what state this water pump's in. I mean, the odds are very slim for it to leak again anyway. I don't expect 2 water pumps back to back to fail. I got my scan tool here because I got to check PID data for that coolant temperature sensor because it was reading high. Let me make sure I don't have a gauge. This is supposed to be for vacuum only, but I blocked this off to add pressure. All right, just gotta definitely keep a check on that. We're in good shape. It's not leaking from here. I'm gonna give it a second. Let me log in the computer. Oh wait, I need to turn the music off. I can get demonetized for stuff like that. I don't want to take no chances. Be surprised. Let's go to live data. And again, the coolant temperature sensor was high, around 302 degrees. Oh yeah, so we're good now from the coolant temperature. The connector had broke. The plastic divider for the connector broke off. All right, let me show you what it looks like in the back. So we're good. Remember before it was leaking in that top corner. She's straight now. I'm not gonna stress about this I mean, I'm pissed off at the fact because we put a new product on there. We want it to work. I spend, in all fairness, okay, in all fairness, I spend quite a few tens of thousands at O'Reilly's on an annual basis. So I have to expect some sort of tolerance for failure, a failure rate. I would ideally like to keep it below 3% of returns or some sort of failure. So, it's just natural law of just inevitable circumstances. You buy more things, or the more interaction, the more likely you're going to have unfavorable interaction. It's just going to happen. Out of 100 people, you approach 100 people, you're going to have some problems probably 5% of the time. You speak to somebody, hey, how you doing? Fuck you. You're going to get that. It's out of your control. It's just going to happen. It's just frustrating that, they have a quality control. We can't do that with people. But even with products, they go through a quality control. You expect things to work out. But I guess because these are mass assembled, I don't know how they're going to do a pressure test on those products. I don't know. But I'd imagine with the quality control, they could do that. It's not O'Reilly's fault. It's the fact that O'Reilly's is they're the moral agent here, where I buy the product from them. They're going to assume responsibility because they trusted the product. But here's the thing. They're taking care of me. So despite this happening, I file the appropriate paperwork and be accommodated or reimbursed, or there's some sort of retribution for inconvenience. That they've made it right. It's not O'Reilly's fault. It's taken care of. I just, from my selfish aspect, I want to be finished with this and go on about my life. It's not the money. I don't want the product to fail. I just want to be right and move on. Because what if I had other jobs? Even though the what if is happening, it's just I have to work late, but I'm getting compensated for it. O'Reilly's made it right at the end of the day. They're going to make it right. I haven't got paid yet because it's still the same day and it's a Sunday. They're going to make it right. So I'm still loyal to the company that I'm been dealing with. And, even when it comes to the independent person, they're not going to be compensated when a customer walks in and purchases a product like a commercial shop or a person with a commercial account would. That's the unfortunate part. But then again, the people who buy their own products or who are car enthusiasts aren't going to go through the same issues that we're going to go through on a regular basis because we buy things on a regular basis. Things are likely going to happen. And I guess by them having some sort of entrusted relationship established with us, spending money with them on a regular basis, they're going to accommodate us appropriately. Let's see what we look like. Oh yeah, we're still good here. So, I mean, we're still good. O'Reilly's, we're still fine. I've complained. And I'm gonna be honest, I still got pressure in there. I've got bad stuff from AutoZone. I've talked to people that work at the dealership who have bad parts, even though they're the manufacturer who produce the parts, who have the better reputation. These things are just going to happen. It is. And the only thing you can do is correct your errors, fix it right, and just cross your fingers and hope it works. And I think that's like that with most of these parts around now, because so many of these parts are just mass produced and they're just getting developed and thrown out into the e-commerce world. I think I said it right. Well, internet is e-commerce. I guess from an economical aspect, they get thrown around and get sold. Did I say that right? What's the word when capitalization? No, I think capitalism. Yeah, something like that. You know what I mean? Things are going to happen. It's mass produced. They rushed out. We're going to get our hands on it, and we just got to hope it works, because you just got a shiny new water pump. That's all I got. And unfortunately, it didn't work. And it'd be like that sometimes. Sometimes I get bad rotors. I don't document a lot of stuff that I get that are defective. Maybe something worth talking about. Sometimes I'll get defective rotors. Then it's just a manufacturer problem. And you have to actually shave the rotors that you get that are aftermarket just to correct what the manufacturer may have produced as a defect. So I've got bad new sensors. right out the box. And that's what I expect more. But I've also, not just this water pump, I would normally get bad new Dodge water pumps. And they will last several months and then they'll fail. I've had one instance where I've had a Dodge water pump fail every 6 months. And I had to go to the dealer to get one. The guy had an Advanced Auto one. I've got my O'Reilly's one. I put 3 on there, 3 Murrays, and they failed. And I had to go to the dealer. On the third time I went to the dealer, and it's never failed since. So, I mean, and it'd be like that. I forgot what, I think it was the V6 engine, if I recall properly, on Durango or something. But hey, I'll sit here and talk all day about the stuff, and I got plenty of stories in regards to just getting defective products. And I do have some videos that I've uploaded where I've had bad new sensors, like the standard products, even though, again, it's from O'Reilly's. I didn't file labor claims on that, but it was a Chevy truck. I had to replace the oil pressure sensor. Bad part. And I was forced to have to diagnose that vehicle with the manual analog kind of gauge. And even though everything was right and my initial assessment was right, just a bad new part right out of the box. Went to AutoZone, got a GM part, worked, never had any problems since. So, got other stories like that, like WVE products. I've had switches, bad right out of the box. I didn't do a video on the Volkswagen I had a while ago, but the O'Reilly's product switches were just bad. It'll work and then stop. I got 3 switches, and on the third switch, it worked fine. Never had any problems since. It's a hazard light switch. It was a standard product. So, with that said, I need to go on my life, and I'm pretty sure you do too. But hey, look, if anything happened, I'll definitely update. But hit that link, subscribe to the channel, stay informed, how to research my work. See you on the next one.